Throw Gang, we are joined by the Bumblebee Ski, Lauren Schlossman, and
Buzzing
myself.
like a damn bee.
Bugs got to get off my dick because I keep biting my ass. James Harris, welcome to the weekly Running the Boys. First episode after our quarterly emotional check-in with each other. With today's full episode only available on
Patreon.com/Stonefits. I thought that the emotional check-in was last episode.
No. Was it?
I don't know.
No.
That was the pre-check.
No, this is the first episode we're doing. When do we have that talk? I don't know. This is the first episode we're doing post emotional check-in talk.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Right?
But we got the juices flowing.
Yeah. Okay, before we get into
Shut
up. Before we get into
I don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
every 4 to 6 months, Lawrence and I get into a big fight, and we need to have a talk. We're like, hey man, this is how I'm feeling. This is how you make me feel. This is why I'm doing this. Is why I'm acting that way. And we talk it out, and everything's much better for the next 3 to 4 months.
And then it happens again.
Yeah, it's a cycle.
I wonder how. Do you think people would pay money to be speaking of bugs, be a fly on the wall for that?
Dude, I was thinking should we live stream? Should we record that Zoom?
Yeah,
crazy.
Some things are not for the pod, right?
Everything.
Everything's content.
This is going to be a pretty personal life on Blastoids podcast, just because we're recapping the last insane week.
Yeah,
with stuff we did together, stuff we did separately,
and because you got 45 bug bites.
No, hold that thought. Before we get into surviving Market Week, hiring child soldiers for the Throwing Fits Football Club, and dying to the worst music of all time. Let's get into a fit check.
Why don't you start us off? Because I got a lot of things to get off my chest, literally and figuratively. So why don't you start us off?
All right. On the feet, I was wearing the Drizzy approved Oakley factory project team chop saw mules in the cappuccino, frappuccino, grande, venti colorway. I fucking love these. And you were not into them until Drake came out wearing the dog mask.
No.
Which obviously drew the eye, but you also, as a full fitsman, you were like, yo, Drizzy's also got the Oakley joints on that you live begged Aaliyah for on the Maniacs Milano pod.
I did spy the Jimmy clonage and send it to you immediately. Is that, as a guy who thirsted for these publicly, who finally got them and has been wearing them nonstop, Drake reference, is the Drizzy clonage a positive or a negative in your opinion?
I think that it's great because the Oakley factory team project, I can't get the fucking wording right, headed up by Kyle Ing and Aaliyah, a brain dead, but giving full license and carte blanche to do whatever the fuck they want with this Oakley footwear project and apparel too, I guess. If that means that more people are going to pay attention to what they're doing, that's great. Aaliyah sent me a second pair of these, I think they're called the Bagamo slides or some shit.
Oh, those water shoes you wore to get coffee.
Yeah, which were... When you first open them, they're super ugly, and then you put them on, and you're like, "Damn, I fucking love these."
Super ugly.
Yeah, and they're only $85.
We ain't talking Jay-Z's lips.
Yeah, and it's okay, Drake is either gonna wear his fucking Nocta Nikes or $1,000 Wave Fur slippers or these $120 chop saw mules. I'm not mad at that.
The super uglies. The 2 times I've seen you wearing them was without socks. How do you not slip out of them? Because they're it's your feet not sweat in the rubber, and then you're fucking...
They're fully ventilated. They got speed holes.
Okay, all right. Cool.
The chop saw mules I do need to wear with socks, and I wore them to our CP company live pod with sockage. Today was just quick jaunt up to the roof.
Right. Well, shout out the boy, shout out Aaliyah, shout out Kyle, shout out the Oakley factory team project. Yo, you just got put on the fucking Summer Jam screen.
I know.
Dude. Do you like these dog masks, by the way?
Yeah, I love them. What are you talking about? No, I don't know.
It's a little on the nose for me. As an apologist, we're going to... I didn't even think about that.
Are they selling them as merch?
No, one is the... what's the HBCU in Memphis that he really puts on for?
Is that what it's from?
I think that's their mascot.
Okay.
The Doberman one is just a straight up Doberman pincher, I guess.
Yeah.
But, for all the dogs coming soon, I guess. I
didn't know there was more than one dog mask.
I mean, you get the reference, though.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You're
yeah.
that plugged in.
Yes.
Okay, because I don't know how much I need to debrief you before we see the boy at MSG on his final night in the fucking 5 boroughs. I'm so excited. I already went once.
What do you think he's going to bring out? You brought out, what, Aaron Judge and John Carlos Stanton last night?
So what I've been seeing is there's the walkout guests of honor, and then sometimes the opener has been flipped on its head.
Okay.
Some Jamaican guy whose name I can't recall, apologies, was my opener. And our walkout for the Barclays show that I went to last Tuesday was Yachty. So I'm like, yo, Yachty in the house. He's going to do his ad-libs on Back Outside Boys, which is fucking great. Just walked out, thanked him later in the show, and that was it. Shout out, Boat.
We're going to get the full Drake review in a bit.
Sorry.
But continue on the fit check. South to West State, some nice linen pants, a Lady White Co. polo. Love this polo shape. The Leisure Center from Frank the Mad Dog. The starting halfback? What position was he? I don't know. I don't know if he started.
When you play
on the Throwing Fits Futsal Club.
You do 4 aside. I don't even think it's really positions
just
at
like
all.
Top right.
Yeah. I think it was like send the child soldiers to the front line,
Yep.
have them catch as many bodies as possible.
Which they did.
And let Frank just fucking stop any and all, opponents' missiles
Yeah, he's a tank.
coming his way.
The Mad Dog.
We should talk about how you had been calling him the Mad Dog without him knowing. And you kind of alluded to this on the pod. He loves it, dude.
Yeah.
He's leaning into it.
Oh, really?
Speaking of
okay,
for all
good.
the dogs.
I saw him. Damn, I saw him like at some point this week, and I was like, "Yo, I was like, yo, Frank the Mad Dog." He's like, "Oi, mate." I'm like, "Yeah." Oh, sorry. There's one person that has a nickname for you. It's me. Yeah. I call you the Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Like on the podcast all the time. He's like, "Oh, I fucking love it, man."
Yeah, he's the best, dude.
Lady White Co. polo. Frank from the Mad Dog from Leisure Center, the DJ Screw Hats.
Show him the back, dude. We got the fucking Galleria, dude. Shout out Houston. Shout out Swisher House.
The ring is Butter and I'm wearing a lot of Benadryl anti-itch stopping cream because I am slathered. I'm banged up, bro. I got mauled by these fucking Rhode Island mosquitoes. These skeeters that at last count, like you alluded to, I had 45 bites.
That's insane.
After one night of sleeping with no shirt on, no pants on, and just like
in the house?
In the house. What, you thought I slept outside?
Well, no, because I assumed you got bit up chilling by the fire pit, but you're like just from one night of sleeping. Then I'm like, he's sleeping outside?
Well, we were getting a little bit up like at dusk, like playing pong, and then like definitely when I slept in the bed, the skeeters were drawn to me. My girlfriend got one bite. I got 45 at last count. I think it's definitely closer to 50. And yeah, I've just been fucking. I mean, I don't know if you can like.
First of all, I'm surprised. I know you want to get fitted on the show, or at least for the pick. I'm surprised you're letting the Benadryl get all over the fucking Lady White Co.
Can you see the shit?
You have like a clump on your back that literally looks like
Sure.
diseased.
Yeah, they're like hard. They're like hard and large. Pause.
So I guess real quick, the Harrises, much like the Schlossmans, because I'm a big I get bit up a lot too. We got sweet blood.
Sweet blood, baby. I got that sweet and sour blood.
You
like
said
Asian pussy.
You said that you did research, and it's if you drink beers.
Well,
mosquitoes
are drawn to a few things. One is just like the amount of like oil and like something acid on your skin, which you can't control. Another is beer consumption, which like they're just trying to party, right?
Yeah.
What's the quickest way to get fucked up? Drink the blood of someone that's already drank 20 beers. Like it's just science. It's a beer transitive property.
What kind of beers were you drinking? And maybe people should stay away from this specific brand potentially.
Just like Modelo's.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, no Narragansetts, unfortunately. Just Modelo's and.
Damn, you didn't drink fucking Gansett in the motherland?
No. Dude.
What's their shit?
I was in charge of it. I was kind of like a
brewed on merit. What's their shit? Is
sold
hard.
Brewed with honor, sold on merit.
That is, dude. That's how we fucking pod here.
Made with honor, sold on merit.
That's
fucking hard.
That is literally that should be the new tagline for the pod.
Yeah. Ring is Butter
So honorable.
Boxers are Hanes, sipping on Greenpoint's finest, and a DP. Lawrence, what are you wearing?
All right. If it's okay with you, I would love to end on the shirt, but I'll go through everything else.
Okay.
Because the shirt is the whole. I got a whole tail.
Yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
You can regale these people with a shirt tail. Okay.
Nice.
I slid through the crib in the pressure cooked Belgionis. I have.
When are you going to replace those? Because they are on their last leg.
That would have been a great fucking segue too into the shirt. So like,
you should have gotten them muled by the Mule Boys.
No. That would be so disrespectful to the
Belgians,
to the hardworking Belgians who fucking sew these shits by hand. I will say the toughest flow team nut to crack has been Belgian. They follow me. They fucking love the love. Never once has anyone offered nary a discount.
They don't flow.
And you know how much? All right, this is hilarious. How much does a pair of Belgians cost?
$600.
More.
$800.
Yeah, or like in that range, depending on the material.
Okay.
So it's like Well, when I talk about how much this and the
all
other
right.
cost.
So the
all right, hold on. Okay, Shiro socks.
Are these the last summer? This is the boys of summer. This is sunset summer for the Belgians.
Nah, because they'll always be like, I'll blow them out even more at the pool or the beach.
Right.
But I do need a fresh pair for these city streets. Okay, I am wearing shredded vintage Levi's 501.
Vintage.
I have on a Maximum Henry belt. It's a Hanes Pleaser. I got the Wythe 316 rodeo hat on the dome. Rolling on the wrist. No rings today because I rushed out the crib.
Wait, no wedding ring?
Dude, I forgot everything.
Yo, ladies on the subway, watch out. This man's prowling.
What I was going to say is all you dick riders have about an hour and 20 minutes to make it official because your boy is ready to go. Okay.
Wait, do you not wear your wedding ring like when you're in the crib?
No. I don't wear my watch in the house, really. Well, that's not true. Yeah, no, the rings, we have like a bronze hand in the bathroom.
And your wedding ring's on that?
And my pinky ring, yeah.
So your wedding ring is just sitting in the bathroom collecting poop particles? I guess if it's on your hand, it's while you're shitting, it's probably pretty close to your asshole anyway.
Yeah, also, that's not my shitting bathroom. That's Jenna's shitting bathroom.
Mm.
And girls don't shit.
Girls
so no poop particles to speak of. Okay. In the land of plugs, the adapter is king. And you're looking at two fucking kings, two adapters.
How long are you working on that?
I got so many more, too. Okay. Is that a bars?
Bars.
Okay. All right. That's pretty weak. That was pretty weak. Bars.
You've been listening to too much Drake?
Yes. That is absolutely
You've been reading too much Drake poetry.
I've been reading too much Drake. So the best plug I ever had was my homie Dan, whose last name I do not know, who worked at Turnbull Nasser. Right?
What a great receiver you are.
Yeah. So he's hooked it up in the past. They dropped these candy striped silks. So I was eyeing them on the site. They cost $725 a pop.
That's a lot of money.
So I'm like, I get that it's silk.
That's too much fucking money.
I get that the colors are fun. I'm like, there's no world no matter how financially successful you and I are, which is very. Talk about being overpaid, dude.
Not $700 shirt successful though. God damn.
Oh, by the way, we are potting on an exclusive Stone Island tablecloth.
Not stolen, bequeathed upon me by the good homie Oliver.
It wasn't just fucking ganked?
No, he was like,
I thought the whole thing was everyone just supposed to gank him.
Yeah, but like you can't do that when there's a bunch of shit on them.
Right.
When I went by on the way home, he's like, "Yo, you want one?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Okay. Very cool. I wish I had done that. I was too proud to ask, which is weird because I tried all my usual tricks of the trade to secure.
Yo, what size is this tablecloth? Oh, is this like a 4-seater?
So you already know the 2-pack hit the Zood board. Just waiting to see.
Of the Turnbull and Ash hole.
The Turnbull and assholes. I'm the asshole in the scenario. So I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to email Dan and ask.
Okay.
I get a bounce back. Oh. Dan no longer works for Turnbull and Asser, but for any inquiries, please direct all messages to a gentleman who I will not name.
But they gave like a real email address, not like info.
His replacement.
Okay, yeah, all right.
I proceeded to send what I would call, and the bar is very high. This is the most embarrassing email I've ever sent. I almost don't even want to read it.
You're going to read it. These are the lengths that a $750 shirt will drive
$725. And here's the thing. Larry needed both.
Larry needs a shirt.
Hey, blank. I went
exclamation point?
Yes. I went to reach out to Dan from TNA, funny, this morning and saw he's no longer with the company. So I figured I would introduce myself. My name is Lawrence, a.k.a. Larry, and I co-host Throwing Fits, a men's lifestyle podcast.
You can't. Okay,
all right. There's two things here that I've not mentioned. Both Lawrence and Throwing Fits are linked to their respective IGs.
Okay.
Because men lie, women lie, numbies don't lie. Naturally,
check out this awesome reel we just did on coming in your pants.
Naturally, as someone with great taste, I'm a massive TNA fan. I practically live in my Nevis shirt, which Dan so kindly hooked up for me in exchange for a bunch of social love.
And who do you think you're talking to at this point? This is like some 65-year-old British fucking bloke, right? Speaking Queen's English.
Would his name be that if he was a 65-year-old British bloke? Thank you. Right? Tell me I'm wrong. That's a what is it? Geriatric millennial, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. I was browsing the site today. Lie.
Also, wait. The subject of the email is blank, greater than sign, lesser than sign, Larry, which is like, when you're trying linking like person A and B. You wrote this email.
Yeah.
You're not linking two separate people and a third party. You are linking yourself.
Effectively, this is blank meet me. I'm not done selling myself. I was browsing the site today.
You said that? I'm not done selling myself?
Oh, I'm still... No, I'm telling you.
Okay.
I was browsing the site today, and these new candy striped silk absolutely splew. Error on my part. S-blue. I don't know why I wrote that. I meant to say blue, but I did S-blue by mistake. Should have proofread this. Absolutely blew my face off. Link. All right, here's where it gets pathetic. I hope you don't mind me being bold enough to inquire about securing the aforementioned life-changing shirts in size large. No pressure, obviously, but a closed mouth doesn't get fed, and shamelessness is often described as my superpower. Feel free to tell me to fuck off, but I just wanted to introduce myself to the point guy at one of my favorite brands regardless. Have a great weekend! ! Cheers, Lawrence.
You get hit back?
No.
That's pretty bad.
I did not get a response.
Yeah. How long did it take you to write that?
Well,
Did you just copy and paste from like another?
No. That was honestly whipped up because I'm like, I got one shot, bro.
That's the longest email I've ever seen you write.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely. I'm not disagreeing with that. But this was really important to me. Getting these 2 free specific shirts was very important to me.
I mean, that grill money hit, like, you fucking.
All right.
Isn't like Georgie's IG's got to be pulling in some money now at this point, right?
Yeah, I don't want to as a podcaster who considers himself like a man of the people. Like, I feel like I shouldn't have said how much my dog cost. That was instantly regrettable. With John's, I'm okay.
Dude, you know if you hadn't gotten Georgie, and we love Georgie, but for the price of Georgie, you could have gotten 8.28 Turnbull and Acer candy stripe shirts.
Which, if anything, just shows how ridiculously overpriced these shirts are despite being fire. So, when I don't hear back, I decide, all right, fuck it. Larry gonna treat himself. So I buy both these shirts, which is...
This is one of them? You bought this for $725?
Yes.
Brother. You might have to have another emotional check-in quite soon. I don't think you're doing all right.
Normally, I would say that this is a fair and balanced podcast when it comes to brands, correct?
Yeah.
If you fuck with us, we suck your dick. If you don't fuck with us, we say really terrible things about you publicly to thousands of people.
Yeah, absolutely true.
When it's on Patreon. Sometimes publicly to tens upon tens of thousands of people.
Right. We're still in front of the paywall.
Oh, fuck. All right.
But, okay.
Anyway, to say that after spending $1,550 at Turnbull and Acer, that I got...
Oh, they're $725 each?
Yes. To say that I got the absolute worst customer experience of my entire life would be an understatement, brother. I don't even want to go into it, but the amount of fucking hoops that I had to jump through and backflips that I had to do to get these fucking shirts in my possession, despite the sticker tag, was absolutely, truly horrendous and the worst experience of my entire life as a Johnson enthusiast.
Can you tell me why? Like, why was it not just a straightforward transaction?
I don't even want to go into it any more than I already have. But I have the shirts.
How long did it take for you to get them? Can you give us a hint? Like, why was it so terrible? I just don't understand how, like, it's a pretty simple, like, hey, I have money, I spend on shirts, shirts are mine now. No?
Probably should have prepped you because I know people are waiting for their shorts, which are in the air.
They are in the air.
Radio silence, no order confirmation, no follow-ups to customer service email, no follow-ups to DMs, which I assume, now that Dan was gone, are being run by this very same guy I so politely and, I would say, exquisitely introduced myself to via email.
Have you ever... Did the thought ever cross your mind to log into the Throwing Fits Instagram account, especially knowing that until today, when you, in a reversal of how it normally is, you showed me how the tech works. Mm-hmm. Until today, I was locked out of the Throwing Fits IG for like a week or two.
Yeah.
Did it ever cross your mind to log into the TF and be like, hey, brother?
No.
This is the only podcast that matters.
Now, with great power comes great responsibility. Larry sent that thirsty email. Larry, as a customer, is going to send the angry worded DM himself.
Why don't you get Jenna to do that thing where she
pretends to be
your assistant?
I had been complaining to her every single day for probably...
Throwing Fits assistant at gmail.com, is that it?
Yeah, I think something like that. If you want to get in touch with my wife and tell her that I forgot my wedding ring at home, which I already did. I already did tell her that. I already did tell her that. Anyway, so yeah, it was trash. I'm so happy that I have the shirts. You just immediately, when you came outside, when we went to get coffee, you were just like...
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
You
know what this is?
You know what it is. By the way, this shirt is not even black and yellow. It's yellow and maroon.
Okay, well.
Mauve.
But combined with the hat, you got a whole story going here.
And now I'm sitting on a boys only soaking wet.
What?
You do the next line.
I don't know. What is it?
In a silk shirt, trying not to sweat.
Okay.
Damn, dude. See, I was
I'm trying to spell Khalifa.
no, we're not. It wouldn't be bombs over Baghdad.
Oh. It'll try not to sweat.
Do you know what the German from German to English the translation of Blitzkrieg is?
No, what is it?
Bombs over Mad Lads.
Nice.
Do you know originally what they were going to call Oppenheimer?
What?
Bombs over Mad.
What? Japs?
Boom!
Oh.
No
Nice.
pun intended. Thank you.
All right.
I am
Fit check
wearing
complete?
Hill City underwear, boxer briefs, and I am sipping on a hydro flask full of Greenpoint's finest. Now let's do the show.
Oh, the sunnies up top were Badaka Vanada.
And I was wearing Sun Buddies Lubnas.
Yes, sir. Okay. We've already mentioned his name 16 times in the 21 minutes we've been going. How was the Drake show?
It was fucking incredible. Are we behind the paywall?
You know what I noticed? We are behind the paywall now. You know
And
what I
that's
noticed?
just not the Molly and cocaine talking.
Okay. You know what?
And Michelob Ultras, apparently.
Wow.
That's
Yeah?
what we were getting in the box,
How
which
many?
we had to order from a server.
Oh, but they brought them to you.
Yeah, which is, by the way, I can say, I know we've been talking about the box a lot. No bathroom,
That sucks.
no free drinks and or food, but you do have a porter. A Mr. Paul. Actually, it was a woman. A Mrs. Paul.
Paul A.
Someone was complaining about our Italian and British accents on in the YouTube comments, and I was like, I feel like those are the only two that we can.
Like we do them poorly.
No, they were like grating and just bad. And I'm like, I feel like it's the only two that we can actually do.
Yeah.
Can't do impressions. Anyway,
Wait, what the fuck was I gonna say? Oh,
Michelob Ultra.
no, something about Drake.
You think
Anyway.
mosquitoes like Michelob Ultra?
You know what I realized? That you have this tendency to ask me how much things cost. And you always preface it with like, may I be so gauche as to ask how much it costs?
I ask a lot
May I
of
be
guests, too.
May I be so gauche as to ask how much you paid for Drake tickets?
I've said it publicly. I spent $800.
That's a fucking Turnbull and Astor shirt, bro.
Yeah, like 1.3.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay, so Drizzy, Barclays, you're there with like, you're suited up, you're staked up, you're meated up.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts? Like, tell me about the show, bro.
All right, first of all, Barclays, I know we've said it before. I'll say it again. It really is so bad compared to MSG in terms of the sonics and the sounds. It really is not the best place to see a show. With that said, I am now convinced, as a geriatric millennial myself, that I would love to see every show in a box moving forward.
Of course.
If possible. Well, I was already
Were you seated or were you standing? We're kind of both.
Bro, I was fucking rapping my fucking ass off for 2 hours.
Say the
bar
N-word?
for bar.
Say the
No.
N-word?
I was with my friend Joe, who's black.
Did he say the N-word?
I think he did many times. But yeah, we had a shout out Katie, shout out Joe. We got suited and booted. We went.
Is that
to
like is that a Drake
Luger's.
tradition?
No, by the way, speaking of Drake traditions, this was a motley crew because this was a pyramid scheme to get the box paid off because
and it worked.
a homie put it on his credit card and got the points and or miles. Yes, it did work. There was two dudes that we were with, and I forget their names, and they were great, super fun. They're the kind of guys that are Drake is their guy, and they see him on every tour, and they wore OVO receiver gloves to the box.
They throw up the owl?
I'm trying to think if there was, you know how like there is like the Alabama A or like this was just it's all over print OVO. So
Goodness.
and I don't so
Who looked more ridiculous? Them showing up with the glove? And okay, did they pull up with the gloves on, or did they like wait till Drake started? Like,
well, this is
glove
actually kind of
time."
this is kind of funny because we get into the box and everyone's making the introductions and some people are like don't spoil the set list. Other people like myself who already spoiled, they're like, oh can't wait for whatever blah blah blah. So I go to sit down in the front row of the box. I want to stake out my territory,
Right,
and
of
I
course.
see receiver gloves in the cup holders, and I go, "Yo, they got gifts in the box!" And the guys were like, "No, like
actually, the box
Those
comes with
are-
0 perks.
they're like, when the show starts, we're putting the gloves on as tradition, as we normally do." Yeah, so it was a super fun time. He does 2 hours. Pretty much nonstop. Savage gets you get a little bit of Savage before they do any fucking Her Loss stuff. You get a little bit of Drake behind the DJ booth doing some honestly never mind. Let's turn this into a dance party type situation.
Okay.
But for the most part, this man is rapping his ass off
How many
and
bras?
singing his ass off. There was no good crowd Drake interaction at my show. He told the story.
Because that's what it looks like. Well, at least those are like the clips that are going around, right?
Yeah.
Like 36G, like locate this woman immediately.
Absolutely, yeah.
We found her. I don't think Drake will be.
The vape getting thrown on the stage, and it's
Right.
like you're not a serious person, which to me is
You don't take life
hilarious.
seriously.
Yeah, because if you vape, just smoke cigs like a fucking cool, dope person. he told a story, and I'm wondering what the banter will be like when we go. And if Drake is as pro as I think, it's like a new story probably every night. He talked about a memory of going to Rikers to visit Wayne when Wayne was locked up on his gun charge. And he talked about the big thing that stuck out to Drizzy was that he was like, yeah, like my fit was mad bummy and I felt hella self-conscious. And I was like, holy fuck, dude. I can relate as a suited and booted motherfucker at a Drake concert where everyone else looks like fucking shit.
Like when you go to Rikers, that's why you wear a suit, right?
Yeah, well, if Drake looks like this, you're staying in jail. But no, it was awesome.
I know you're Jewish.
He, as Kanye has completely fucking lost supply, as we said, Drake has ascended to not just like a 1A, 1B, but really for me, like he's my guy now. That's who I'm riding and dying for. He has so many songs where...
Too many, dude.
To be in an arena with that many, you know, with over 25,000 people singing along or rapping along to like every word, it is crazy to see. And I wonder what experience you're gonna have as someone who begrudgingly accepts Drake at best.
I don't begrudgingly accept Drake. I'm not gonna like. I don't like his singing shit.
Same.
Really? Okay. I like his like. I like rappity rap Drake.
Tough talk Drizzy.
He's definitely
the best Drizzy.
He's yeah, exactly. He's one of he's like just like a pop culture star. Like I'm approaching this like a big pop culture moment. This is like Barbenheimer of like rap music right now.
Yeah.
Where it is like, and that's what fucking culture has become. These like large shared things. It's like Taylor Swift. Thousands of dollars a ticket, fucking Drake ticket, same shit. Barbenheimer, whatever. Like, these are like the pop culture, I don't know, like shared experiences across like whatever lines, across like, political, racial, whatever, class lines that like, well, not class because these are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
It's like
appointment viewing.
It's the Turnbull and Asser shirt of hip hop.
It's like what HBO does on Sunday nights, what Succession
exactly.
was. Like, it's appointment viewing, and this is a tour that I told myself I could not miss in a way that up until... Well, actually, no. Yeah, because I don't know if Kanye, toured behind Donda. He just did those live listenings.
Yeah.
I didn't attend any of those, though I definitely would have gone for free, like you and I are going to Drake at MSG, inshallah. But I went to every tour from Glow in the Dark till Pablo, and I saw one of those twice.
You still owe me money for the Watch the Throne tickets.
Bro, no, I can't go down this road with you again.
It's fine.
It's nonstop with this guy.
Who was in Paris?
I would have paid more than I did.
Well,
I'm not even fucking trying to be funny on the show or look at Larry, look at new Money Larry.
Yo, New Money Larry's fucking blowing money fast on Stripies and Drakeys. This is you need to slow down, brother.
This man has that many songs and it's that good of a show. It is that fun of a time. I think that
2 hours, at least you got your money's worth. I'll say that.
for sure. And the whole thing is he's breaking curfew because, like, you guys paid for it, you deserve it. He acknowledges how difficult it is for people to get these tickets, to then pay for them, and I'm sure he'll do the same fucking spiel. Like, I think he understands. With that said, I don't think I could contain myself and be too cool for school, even around you. And, like, I know I'm going to get killed for my behavior when we do this next week.
Yeah.
And you know what? Fuck it. We ball.
Okay. I don't think like you shouldn't restrain yourself. You should just act how you want to act at MSG. I don't know what the seating situation is.
Yeah, we have no idea.
I don't know what's going on. I don't have them email. The plug hit me and they were like, "Yo, like, sorry, the tickets aren't for tonight." I'm like, "It's Sunday. I'm in Rhode Island. What are you talking about?"
Going on Wednesday, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, while you were Drake, speaking of gauche, speaking of overpriced, speaking of loud,
Let's go, baby.
I was at the Philipp Plein store opening.
Oh yeah,
in Soho. The Drake
Pre-party.
concert of fashion.
Yeah.
Fabulous was performing. I did not see him go. I was meeting a homie, Marissa.
Wait, was Fabulous advertised as the?
I think so.
Because the last time he did this, Hugo was telling
Jada
us
Kiss.
it was Jada, and Hugo went because he's like, I have to see a friend of the Adam Friedland show, Jada Kiss.
Yeah. Okay, Philipp Plein store. It smelled crazy in there.
Like what?
It was just trash. It was truly a very, very trashy crowd. It wasn't that crowded. It wasn't like overflowing. There was a line, but they just weren't really letting. I don't know.
Were you invited?
I was somebody's plus one. They were like, LOL.
Can you say who you went with?
My homie Marissa.
Oh, Marissa got invited?
And she's like, LOL, do you want to come? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, cool, like we'll catch up and like hit this ridiculous event. And I was like, okay, sounds good.
Future guest of Throwing Fits because her book
is
coming out. Shout out Marissa.
We had a drink at Finelli and then went over. And because at first we were like, oh, I was like, hey, I can only go if it's like at the very beginning, like 5 o'clock, 5:15. We roll up, there's nobody there. Like,
Well, obviously.
we're going to Finelli.
Yeah. Wait, the party started at 5?
Yes.
I guess because it is kind of like, I'm sure.
It's like it was a Tuesday after work thing, whatever.
But it was market week.
It was market week.
Do you think that's why PP did it?
No.
Okay.
Maybe.
It's got to
I
be.
don't know.
Well,
What is market week?
what is market week, James? That's a question that a lot of people have been asking.
Is the market week?
I'll tell you this much. When you and I worked for trade shows and had to participate in market week, you know what I was in the market for? A new fucking job. Wait, do you actually want to explain what market week is, or is it not even worth it?
It's when stores buy from brands. They're just all in one place, and they just come
It's
to
not
New York.
fashion week, which is already
Also
not
bullshit.
even that cool.
There's a lot of stuff going on last week, starting with the Philipp Plein thing, and literally Tuesday through Friday, we were out doing shit, and I was like, damn, why is so much shit happening? Oh, it's market week. That's why, because like you fish where the fish are, you fucking fashion where the fashion is. Philipp Plein, by the numbers, 0 PPs. I did not see Philipp Plein in the building, although there were a lot of lookalikes.
Okay.
Only 1 face tattoo, so not that cool.
Damn.
And 700 million Swarovski crystals.
Did you check any price tags on stuff? Were you like kind of browsing?
Yeah. What do you think like a pair of PP pants goes for?
What kind of pants? Give me more information. Or as much or as
Kind
little
of
as
like
you want, I guess.
kind of like Chanel vibes.
Shit.
Okay, women's pants that were like had like a thick kind of like crochet, like that Chanel boucle texture. Obviously, very very loud, very bright. Okay. Let me ask you something maybe closer to home.
Because I was going to guess on that. I'm going to say 2 racks.
Much more. Somebody wears shirts like this. Okay, what do you think a Philipp Plein beige leather motorcycle jacket with like all the hardware and shit costs? No Swarovski crystals, no skulls.
What's the branding?
You just know, baby. You know, it's
So
so subtle.
you know.
It's so subtle.
You know it when you see
Yeah,
it.
Philipp Plein. If you know, you know.
I'm saying, is there a big skull on the back?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Okay, beige leather motorcycle jacket with all the hardware, PP on the tag. If the pants are more than $5,500.
Right about that, yeah.
Oh shit, okay.
Which I honestly thought it was gonna be like 10K. The women's pants are like 3 something. Like a cardigan was like 3 something.
That's
3 racks.
crazy.
I know. Honestly, there were some shorts that.
Wait, you
There were some. Remember, I showed them you.
Yeah, you
Showed
said
them to
you
I
said
was like, yo, these aren't bad.
and the branding was mad minimal.
Well, he has his whole fucking.
It's like a fake like a little Levi's or like wearing a Lee jeans.
He has this whole like bandana thing happening now.
Oh,
right?
you
Where,
said
like-
these and you were like, these could be Capital. That's
Yes.
what it was. They are.
Yeah.
And they are. They're just literally ripping off Capital.
I mean, he has this whole bandana motif like going throughout the whole store, going through a bunch of shit, and like this is just like white
you can zoom board it. You don't
white
need to-
bandana on like beige fucking.
There's no
on
way
khaki.
that anyone can see that.
Zoom in.
Chuck, zoom in.
Yeah, Chuck, zoom in right here.
The best compliment I could give to those, because he's obviously ripping off Capital. I mean, you talked about he already ripped off Chanel on the fucking pants. All he does, if it's not a ridiculously stupid looking T-shirt, which like you don't need to rip off anyone to make a dumb T-shirt. We are experts of that. I feel like that is wearable.
That's what it was crazy. It was like the one thing
High
I was.
key,
It
low
was the
key.
one thing I was drawn to. I was like, wait, this isn't that bad.
There's definitely like a matching set, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a whole. Which I guess Capital does too.
Yeah.
So honestly, the next time you guys are fucking flexing in your Capital bandana, whatever the fuck, just know that there is a certain person out there that sees you and thinks you're in PP.
So like, those are the pants behind it. And then
Well,
you
you
have the-
can't wear shorts and pants together. Well, you could.
well, I'm saying it's like a whole motif, and then that's the leather jacket right there.
Damn, it kind of looks low key buttery, dude.
It's kind of fire.
Is that the white? Is a PP leather the white man's Averex?
That's what I did Tuesday night. Wednesday night, you and I got together, and not only did we steal this tablecloth from the Nordstrom Stone Island community private dinner
Oh my god, it was a community
at Bernard's.
Very special.
Yo, last night was a fucking community.
That was pretty good.
We sang together, we laughed together.
Yeah.
So Stone Island at Bernie's. Our boy Dustin works at Stone. The only time I see this man, because he's not on fucking Instagram.
No, which
Or
is
socials.
such a bummer because like he's flexed up. See his new Rolex?
No, I didn't. The only time I see him is when he's like drinking beers in the corner at Bernie's. With either Molly from Arc'teryx or Chris from Blackstock and Weber.
In terms of if all 4 of y'all, if the Mount Rushmore was going to run for mayor, who do you think wins?
Wait, what?
if the four of you, Molly, Dustin, Chris, and yourself, and the staff was to vote, who do you think becomes mayor of Bernie's?
All right. Here's what I think it is.
I have my answer.
Well, I was told that I'm incredibly nice to all the staff, and that I go out of my way to say thank you, and I'm so appreciative to everyone.
It's your neighborhood haunt.
Back of house, front of house. Yeah. And I was like,
back of house. You go through the back like it's fucking Goodfellas.
Yeah,
be my little baby.
Call me David Foster Wallace because I'm getting off these essays.
Damn, waves that already.
Oh, that's from Raven.
Yeah. Nice.
And I was like, no, I'm so bad at the names. Like, I need to get better knowing the names.
Of the Spanish guys?
Yeah, and also
no, that's fucked.
The Spanish guys. Latinx guys. Yeah. And also, like...
having a bad one.
And also a lot of the women that work there.
For some reason. Besides Rachel?
Yeah, besides Rachel, the homie.
Did you know the people working the Stone event, like those bartender guys?
I didn't recognize any of them. Okay. I know Jay. He's there, like, all the time. He's the charmingly surly one.
Okay.
If he was a dwarf, his name would be Surly.
if he was the eighth dwarf, yeah. If he tapped in with the dwarves.
I need Jack. Jack was our guy. He was like helping. He was serving at our table. And I don't know the other bartender. Anyway, okay. I think I would be the mayor because I'm like I put them on the hardest on like my platform, right?
Yeah.
I think Dustin's probably the governor. Like, you don't really know what he does, right? But he's like there, right?
Yeah, he gets the badges for sure.
Molly's probably like the most, or Chris is maybe like the head of sanitation. That's like, that's the most important job, right? Yeah. Cleans up. Yeah. Cleans up. And then Molly, Arc'teryx New York, her role at Bernie's, I don't know. I think she's just the glue.
She's the glue that keeps it all together.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
She takes her parents there, like.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken your parents to Bernie's?
No.
That's a shame.
We would not be able to hear each other. My parents hate going to restaurants where like you can't hear each other talk.
Oh, they'd be fucked at Bernie's.
Terrible. I couldn't even hear you. Well, I could only hear you and Hugh talking. Anyway.
I would say that if running for mayor of Bernie's in this hypothetical scenario that I did not pre-pro with you is like anything else in politics, it's about money. And the last time I checked, ain't nobody blows money fast like Mr. Loafers himself in the fucking Irish Green 911 Chris Echeverria. Which, by the way, it was, of course, it's parked out front as always. I sat shoddy in it for the first time.
Well, I texted, I was like, yo, where are you? You left your phone.
I'm in the Loafers mobile, bro.
Well, you went out for a cig and then you left your phone, so I was like, oh, you smoke outside. I went out and I'm like, where the fuck?
Randomly fits, Batman.
Let's go home.
Yeah, dude. I had never... One time I was
He's doing a fit check in the Porsche.
One time I was shit-faced
driving a Porsche
at happy hour with a bunch of people, and the Miami Blue Loaner, the old Loafers mobile, while it took 18 months to get the new Loafers mobile together, pulled up on DeKalb. I was drunk enough where I hopped in and just rode a block with them. But I had never been
buying drugs.
So I had never been in the Green over Tan. Yeah, right from literally Scarface himself.
Right.
No, so I was sitting shoddy. He was walking me through all the specs, yellow seatbelt. He had picked out the exact specific fire extinguisher that's sitting fucking shotgun under the seat. God forbid, things get a little too hot, no pun intended.
What were you playing?
No, it was, honestly.
Did he gun the engine?
He did gun the engine.
Did he go vroom vroom when he did it?
He did not go vroom vroom when he did it.
Did you?
But he did it, maybe. I might have been like a little pretending.
Yeah.
But no music.
This is how I would steer.
Music would have been disrespectful to being walked through every single custom spec.
Yeah, how badly did you want to listen to Drake while sitting bucket in the Porsche?
Honestly, I was pretty enraptured by like literally him talking to me like he was trying to sell me the car. What can I do to put you in an Irish Green 911 today? But if I was bumping Drizzy in there with him whipping around the block, not that he wanted to lose the real estate, I would have been pretty excited.
Okay, I want to ask you a question and roll with me, rip this out with me because it's going to segue into a little sidebar.
You're the boss.
What can you drive? Like, be honest,
bro.
Just won't.
And
you say yes, right? The answer is yes.
And I'm fucking sick of this shit because people will hit me up. Like if I'm
that's weird.
Just using your roast. Yes, I can drive. I have a valid driver's license.
When was the last time you drove?
Okay, probably 10 years ago.
Okay, so
wait, not like a golf cart, but like a car.
A vehicle. You haven't driven it.
No. I've driven a vehicle
in 10 years. 10 years ago.
I've driven a jet ski. I've driven a golf cart.
No, a car.
Yeah,
on the road
a
with
motor
other
vehicle?
cars.
Probably not. Probably over a decade. Truly.
Okay. Remember when you were like, oh yeah, I play soccer. Like I played soccer 10 years ago, and then you get on the fucking pitch, and 5 minutes and you just start vomiting everywhere.
Yeah, I remember.
You don't think it's a similar situation where like
when I get behind the wheel and 5 minutes later I'm vomiting because I'm so scared?
if you and Jenna approach a car, who's drive? Are you going to drive?
She's the DD.
I don't think you can drive then.
But I have a valid driver's license.
You're able to drive, but
Okay.
you haven't done it in 10 years.
So
how do you know?
So you're right. That's totally fair. It is. It might be a use it or lose it thing.
Yeah.
I will.
Think of all the things you've learned in 10 years and how much that's pushed driving out.
Let me say a couple things. If God forbid there was an emergency and I had to drive you to the hospital right now, we would get there.
Okay,
maybe
in 12-year-old can also get
maybe in worse shape than we started.
Yeah.
In this scenario, we're going to the hospital. I will say the whole reason that Larry doesn't drive is for the safety of the general population. So not like because it was anything with me. I'm doing this for everyone else.
So it's really, how do you define can't? Is it that you are not able to, or is that you really, really, really shouldn't?
I like to say, again, as a man of the people, I am doing a public service, and me not driving is a public good.
Fair. I had to do a 5-hour drive solo. Honestly, the solo part was the hardest. I know you don't watch the show alone, but like the hardest part is that they're alone, right? They slowly go insane.
Is there any part of the show alone where they have to drive by themselves?
Well, they're just left alone with their thoughts. Like, you just slowly drive yourself.
People that commute drive alone all the time. That's why podcasting
Not for 5 hours.
exists.
Not for 5 hours. When's the last time you got off your phone? 5 hours when you were awake.
Well, you don't know any fucking hustlers or grinders that maybe do commute 5 hours to chase the. Call me Vinny the way I chase this bag.
Listen, so I was using Siri to kind of like DJ because I didn't want to go through my phone. So I was like, hey Siri, I'm just gonna fucking answer. Yep, there it is.
Oh, that's kind of funny because Drake has his own Siri DJ opening up for him. Zach Bia.
Nice.
Got his ass. Shout out Zach.
So one of the things I tried to listen to, I wanted high energy, so I wanted to listen to a playlist of live Prince. Instead, what I got was a playlist of legendary live performances, which included some Prince, a lot of Prince.
Sure.
And I think that, we're going to talk about...
All-time GOAT Super Bowl halftime performance.
Absolutely. We're going to talk... Play Purple Rain, we started raining. We're going to talk about our live show, but I was like, oh shit, like, hearing them, like, intro the crowd and, like, work the crowd and get them hyped up, like, we could take a few notes. Listen to a lot of Live from Planet X by MF Doom.
Oh, real quick about Prince. My friend Joey, who was with me in the Drake box and who's the one who kind of set this all up on my behalf, he said that as someone who has seen Prince, he told me he's seen Prince live 4 times before he died. Him and his dad.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Prince is his GOAT, number one, right? Yeah. Honestly, imagine just being like, have you ever seen Prince live one time? No, exactly right. He said, these are not my words. This is a black man. He said that Drake is the only comparable live performer he's ever seen in terms of the scope of the show and the catalog and the energy. And again, that to me is like, what a fucking coast.
Yeah. I think Prince might be one of my goats, Mount Rushmore. But okay, so one of the albums that I play is 2001, Dr. Dre, right?
The Chronic, baby.
Yeah, so good, because I'm like, oh, it's long, hits front to back.
Pre-Y2K, 1999.
Track, I believe, 22, 21.
It's a long record.
Is Pause for Porno. Remember that one?
Yeah.
So for those of you that aren't familiar, play it, but don't play it on like a public speaker because it is literally just a like 1.5 minute skit of a guy and 2 women fucking, and the women just have like really loud, intense orgasms. Yeah. One, I used to jerk off to this a lot. Like this song.
What?
In middle school, high school, yeah.
Yeah. Did you bust before the song ended?
I would have to like run it back, and then like you'd have to time it.
Yo, DJ, rewind that.
You'd have to time it, right? Oh wait, let's play.
Yeah, we can't make this outro music because it's too disgusting.
The outro music black and yellow so far. So that's playing.
Over Baghdad.
Okay, that's playing, right? And I'm like, oh, haha, like, wow, remember, like, obviously this has a special place in my fucking heart and my lungs.
Did you get hard?
Not hard. But I was like, yo, I was like, this is like hour 4. This is like hour 3.5. I'm like buzzing off the Dunkin'.
Sure.
I had a wake up wrap sandwich or 2.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy Like America runs on it.
Exactly. And I'm like, yo, I'm by myself. I'm acting goofy. Like,
oh my God.
I'm like, hey Siri, play some erotica. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, wait, maybe. Hey Siri, play some erotica on Spotify. Right?
Is it spoken word?
Yeah, it's just like
It's romance novels, but
Housewife Diaries podcast.
Oh, dude, I've heard about
Well,
this.
I was like,
It's a whole genre of women's pods.
exactly. I was like, there must be just podcasts where it's just like women reading smut, right, or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so what comes on, and unfortunately I'm not going to get it here. What comes on is like, okay, now playing on
What comes on is you on
Spotify.
yourself, bro.
Exactly. And I'm like, all right, this will be funny, this will be stupid. Let me just see. I just want to see what's out there. It's so I start listening to it. These changes. It's like footsteps, a door opens, a door closes.
Like good or bad sound effects, like
just like audio effects. No, like real shit. Like keys coming out of the pocket, like dropping. And then a man's voice. Oh, hey honey. Yeah, it's a long day at work, but you look fantastic. What's that? Yeah. Oh, you too, baby.
Wait, just him?
Oh, it's gonna be like that tonight, huh? And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, hey Siri, like play something else. Play erotica read by a woman.
Yeah, specifically.
And she's like, okay, on it. Same guy comes back and goes, oh yeah, baby, like I'm gonna fucking mount you and fuck you. And I'm like, yo, it's like I'm blasting the music. It's on 100. I'm like, imagine if a fucking cop pulls me over right now, and there's just like a erotica man speaking to me, but leaving like I'm supposed to talk back, like as the listener.
Oh, so that was my question. It's
waiting for you to like talk back.
That's kind of fucking AI genius, big brain, galaxy level shit for horny women.
I'm like, yo, I need to stop speeding right now. Also, what if I die? What if I like flip right now and like as I'm like suspended, like going fucking 360 barrel roll, like this is what's playing,
bitch.
And then like that's just the police report, and like my parents get the police report of like this is how your son died. It's like, yeah, he was listening to a large man reads like wife mounting erotica.
Yeah, if a cop would have pulled you over, definitely getting hate crimes for sure. Were you in Rhode Island at this point?
Massachusetts.
Well, I guess
Massachusetts.
Oh, without a doubt, dude.
Bong. He fell funny. That gay guy fell funny.
Oh my god, dude. Damn. That would be a brutal fucking accident report. Actually.
I know, and because it was Siri, like I couldn't turn it off and I couldn't like change it because it was like, and I don't really use it that much. She was like, she doesn't know my voice that well, so it's just like 2 minutes of like me listening to this like really cheesy erotica.
It might have been 2 weeks ago or last week, but you talked about how for you this was the summer of realizing things on your Kylie shit. You just saw how the other half, not half, because there's a lot of people that are. This is a spectrum, baby, but that's how some women get fucking lit, right?
I know, but I'm like, God forbid, God forbid, I fucking like, skid out, and all of a sudden I'm like upside down trying to like unfasten my seatbelt, and she's like, oh, take my fucking cock, babe. And I'm just like, yo, that's not what I survived to.
What was the most graphic word that you heard in your limited audio?
It really did not get that far. It was just like,
mount?
Mount. I think mount, yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
And once you mount, then the schmeat comes out.
Once you mount, don't stop the count. All right. After Bernie's, this is kind of weird. We were at Stone at Bernie's, and we went to a CP event just around the corner for their goggle jacket exhibition, which obviously that family.
The badge to the lens.
Gian pulled up wearing Stone to the CP event, which is like the biggest faux pas.
Oh, he was hosting one.
Right.
And just attending the other. So I kind of get it. But it's a Bloods and Crips reality, bro.
Yeah.
Lens or badge or lens. You fall. Listen, you can like both these things, but you definitely have to pick allegiances to one adornment.
Yeah.
One sleeve adornment.
Strong turnout there. The fucking I was drinking White Claws.
Yeah, dude.
In a minute.
I kind of pulled a move that I'm not proud of, but like it deserves to be mentioned. Another Michelob Ultra incident, actually. So I got the CP. We're at the goggle exhibition. It's the opening night soiree. I go to the bar. I didn't realize there was two bars, and you said there was a bar that was completely no one was even.
Well, it was a really large space, and so like I think the flow of the party was a little like kind of like nebulous.
It was bottlenecked around the bottles, which were cans.
There was one like hanging area, which is where like all the jackets were like displayed and created like a smaller space, and so I think people are just like more comfortable being in like the smaller space versus like the open audience pit, which is what we played to a few nights later. There's a bar there, but no one was going there. Also, because you had to kind of walk around. It's like long ass low wall to get there.
Yeah, so I was definitely at the more popping bar as I normally am, and I'm like, yo, let me get another Michelob Ultra, and he's like, yo, I'm sorry, bro, like all the Michelob Ultras are spoken for. And I was like, I could get a cold White Claw right now, or I was like, yo, let me just grab the Display Ultra. And I drank the display Michelob Ultra, and it was a terrible decision, bro.
How warm was it?
It's the drinking version of buying the shit off the mannequin.
Oh,
you know,
it's drink the floor model.
I cracked the floor model, bro. It's a top 3 worst beer I've ever had, and I still finished it because I get the lens in every time.
I wanted all 2 calories.
Yeah, I hate White Claws, dude.
Really?
I tried this new
They're too
thing.
chemically.
Yeah, and honestly, they had the full spread of flavor. And like, we're not gonna do like what's your favorite White Claw? Black cherry.
Mega White Claw goated?
Honestly, that sounds like a real conversation we probably have.
Grapefruit White Claw is goated.
Grapefruit, really?
Well, of the White Claw flavors. I think that
I'm a black cherry boy.
You never want to be first, right? You don't want to be the first black president. You want to be the second, right? Chris Rock. Chris Rock said that. When he made that movie. But I think that White Claw, as a pioneer, you got to respect the OGs.
Oh, of course.
And you got to give them their flowers. I think that they were kind of first in, just making White Claws making hard seltzer a thing.
Yeah.
But
also, to your point, White Claw was the first at making White Claw thing as well.
That's true. If you have a whole fucking wall of hard seltzies, am I going White Claw? No, not necessarily. But I'm not going to choose a fucking Michelob Ultra warm floor model over one.
Yeah, that's true. My boy...
Even lime White Claw. Ugh.
You know Greg, who does Gregory's Coffee, so he's a beverage man. He somehow was at some thing, and he met the guy who invented White Claw.
Mr. Claw?
He met Mr. Claw, and he was like, yo, this dude, he's like, this guy's a fucking genius. Like, this wasn't a happy accident. Like, this guy knew what he was doing and obviously unlocked a fortune for not just himself, but he left the door open for everybody else behind him. And shout out to Mr. Claw, wherever you fucking are. Some Canadian. Yo, this weekend I had a spiked coconut water, and it was incredible. And I don't like coconut water, but I want to say it was, I think it's called Sun Boy.
Damn, all right. I'm a motherfucking sun boy.
Yeah, shit rocks, bro. But I don't drink. I had the floor model versus having a chilled claw, which stupid decision for sure. But
I think that's
Larry gonna Larry.
I think that decision was affected by like the 19 Michelob Ultras we had before that, or I guess the 19 Cold Buds at Birdie's.
Cold Buds for sure.
Yeah. All right, that was fucking awesome. Shout out Stony. Shout out.
You should tell the fucking Hugo. I gotta clear my name with the Hugo.
Okay. All right. So
this is
our table was fucking goated. It was Gian DeLeon, the host. Then some guy that didn't show up. Bradley Carbone, fucking legend. Eugene Grabkin, legend. Then it was to my right. It was you and then Hugo, and like the three of us were having a grand all fucking time. The mayor of Bernie's with the mayor of New York with the deputy mayor, fucking the head of Bubble Bee Skis,
the assistant to the mayor.
Yeah, just having a grand all like mayoral fucking summit. Just cracking jokes, cracking cold ones. Hugo's first time at Bernie's.
Oh, he was smitten. No fucking shit.
Yeah. Okay, but I took a photo and I posted it, and I apologize because we just had our emotional check-in earlier that day, I believe.
I didn't think it was like you firing shots at me. Well, I just thought there was enough information left to the viewer where it could potentially be misconstrued.
Right. I don't think I gave it the full context, and so it was a photo of you, like what looked like you showing Hugo something on your phone, and I said, this was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Right? And I think a lot of people were like kind of wondering, or...
What was the speculation? I heard one person was like, "Was he showing him a Vinty Bronski?"
No, they're showing him how much he paid for his dog.
Oh my god, dude! Okay. The shirts I'm cool with the dog thing. I should not have said. I regret it. I had said that in the court. If you're on the court, get in the court and chat with the fellas.
This was a great fucking bit that Hugo had going. And shout out to Hugo, genius bit.
Was it a bit?
I thought it was pretty fucking funny because like it made you upset, but like you couldn't be upset because then it would look really whack if you're upset. So he's like play it off as if you weren't upset, but like that just made it funnier. He refused to save your number, right? And you had texted him, and like if you pulled up the text history, it was like, not gonna read it.
Here's the thing, right? You send an email to a top English shirting company and you get no response. That's bad. What's worse is texting a homie to ask for a favor and getting a response that is simply, who's this? That's fucking bad, bro. That's the worst. That's brutal.
Yeah. And like he would invite us to awake events and shit by just sending me the flyer.
Which almost then makes you the assistant deputy to me. Because it's like, yo, make sure you invite your boss.
Sure. And then I'd be like, yo, here's, like, I'd take a screenshot and send it to you.
Yeah.
Like, why does he text me?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
because he doesn't have my number.
He doesn't have your number, bro. He doesn't have your number.
But he does now.
And then you couldn't go back. You couldn't re-hit him and be like, yo, bro, like, this is Larry. Say my number.
Yeah. We finally got to the bottom of it. We sorted it out, and hopefully
that
we can put an
moment where Hugo was kind of like, oh, should I save your number? Should I not save your number? Kind of dangling that in front of you. Like, that was tough to watch, bro.
Well, okay, honestly, now that you're putting it this way, because, like, it was absolutely a bit, and his commitment to the bit, was why I'm trying to save Fache in front of the audience here. His commitment to the bit was so much because he's so fucking hilarious and just a funny guy that I respect him putting it to bed and finally locking me in, at which point I did add Larry Schlossman into his phone. Damn, maybe I'll post. Should I post the text history? I think I have. Because we talked about it before. It's really bad.
You should.
Well, if I post it, I will redact certain information.
Okay, then it was just a lot. It was a lot of blue bubbles. That's
it's just funny because I really came hat in hand, and then just to get a who's this is fucking trash.
That's tough.
Honestly, shout out Mostics, bring the world together. Shout out Burns, thank you guys.
And then he put the fucking group. We started the group chat, and we're all good now.
The one guy on Reddit was complaining how this show, which I'm having a great fucking time, and I'm sure the audience is as well. But one guy was like, "This just became a podcast about their social calendar." Yeah, bro.
The most podcasts are. That's not true. Certain podcasts, like when we do a bunch of shit, it is true that it's kind of like the recap stuff. But
I was hurt when I saw that because I was like, "There's so much, dude. This is a podcast for really fucking smart, tasteful people." And I'm sorry that sometimes you might need your handheld to read through the lines, bro.
Yeah.
There's so much happening here. Fucking tap in and catch up.
Yeah.
And lock me in like Hugo.
We'll talk about pants next week. All right, so that was kind of a wrap on Rhapsody on Wednesday night. On Thursday night, another fucking social busy bumblebees.
Well, you're talking to Market Week Survivor.
Yeah. Thursday night, I go to Better Gift Shop at Nepenthes, which is there for 6 weeks. Avi Gold was there. I want to go to him. I'd seen Liam and Sage. Liam did a good bit where he was sitting. Liam McRae and Sage look a lot like each other.
They look like brothers. And that's like, it's not a
racist. That is like a known fucking fact. That is a known quantity.
They're both beautiful light skins.
Light skin kings.
Yeah.
And Sean Crawford had drawn out everyone's name because it was like assigned seating, and he had Sage sitting here, and Sage was late. Liam, because he's cool and a rapper, and Liam sat down in the Sage seat, which was like mad funny.
Great bit.
Anyway, so yeah, we were talking
to really scramble the PR girlie's brains.
I know.
I wonder if anyone showed their whole ass, because that's why he's doing it.
I think I showed my whole ass. Oh, and like they're like, oh, Sage, like
Liam versus Sage.
No. I showed my whole ass in a different way. Where I walked up to Sage because we were about to see CP, and he's taking a bite of the burger. I was like, hey, yo, there's meat in your mouth. Yo, get this fucking guy out.
Oh, it didn't land. Damn.
No, he was dying laughing because me and Hugo were both like roasting his ass like in stereo. He's like, get these guys out of here.
Yeah, bro. Can't be eating a burger at peace without getting fucking roasted and toasted in this fucking city.
Okay, so I go to Nepenthes. I guess they're like dropping new product every single week according to Teddy that works at Nepenthes. But there was one moment where like I'm just like chatting to some fellas at the front, and there's like the energy just shifted. Something happened. There's
something palpable.
A disturbance in the force. And we're all just like, what's happening? And then like literally 2 guys walk in, like, hey yo, you see that fucking ass that just walked in? We're like, what? They're like, bro. And then one of the guys I was talking to was like, yo, it was fucking serious. He's like, I hadn't been listening to you guys for the last 30 seconds because that was magnificent.
Was it?
I was like, all right, I got to go peep these warlocks. So I head out.
Peep cheeks.
I head out. It was truly like I could see that it was like a like storm chasing. Like you could see the destruction left in the wake.
It was like, shit's fucking twisted. Like, everyone was locked into the gravitational pull. So
everyone had BBL PTSD.
Is that the title? That's really good. I'm not here to objectify women clothing. And I'm also, by the way, just realized not equating these things either. Because one is an object and one is not. But
can you tell me which one?
Was the magnificence of said dumper, was it in terms of scope, or was it in terms of structure? A combination of both.
So I finally tracked it down.
Form or function.
Nepenthes is a bit of a tricky store, right? There's like stuff in the middle. There's an upstairs. There's like, so I finally tracked it down. You know, Drake had the 36G bra.
Yeah,
and he's like, we got to find this woman.
Mm-hmm. Stat.
It's like, okay, yeah, that is a large size, objectively. Like,
Objectively, large.
is that like 36 G's? Like crazy.
Oh wait, I thought well, G's are G's. Bro.
Yeah, G's are fucking.
Like D's are and double D's are. Like, we've moved on through the alphabet to get to G.
When I finally peeped the ass, when I finally tracked down the
two
soul,
chicks that listen to the show are not going to be pleased. With
I
this
know.
conversation.
It was more that she was wearing a very revealing, like almost like one of those like thong bikini things, like on like 38th Street, which I can't even imagine the reception that she was getting from the fucking dope fiends and dollar slice heads that roam 8th Avenue and 38th Street, the armpit of Manhattan.
Yeah, the garment district. I mean,
she was also wearing a top where her nipples were out, like you could see like areola. So it was more that I think than anything else. But it was just funny that like there was literally like the party shit like tilted towards the fucking.
I don't know if we're not here to fucking have any fucking opinions on how women dress, but if you typically wear something like that, there's a certain type of person, I'm not saying this, but that would be looking for the kind of attention that seemingly she got from the entire crowd, filled with all dudes in the garment district at a very fire Japanese menswear shop.
That was just like the most noticeable moment where it was like kind of like a ripple in the force. Then I bike a city bike down to city biking in the city in the summer, down to Nolita, where I joined your ass at the Mule Boys 316 collaboration release party.
Yeah, that was a super great time. I feel like, okay, I've justifiably been catching some strays, whether it is me being self-deprecating, like talking about how much I paid for shirts and then reading out emails that I've
That's
sent.
not self-deprecating.
What is that? That's too honest?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you had written that email, would you have read it out loud?
Your biggest fault, Lawrence, that you're too honest.
That's what a lot of people say about me. Never told a lie in my entire life, and I don't plan to start now. I will say, I was able to redeem myself in a huge way. People might remember, listeners of the show, that when we exchanged Christmas gifts, you printed out the worst photo of me that has ever been taken, and that was ironically from the J. Crew holiday.
Yes, and ironically, it looked like anti-Semitic propaganda. I believe was like the vibe that kind of like came from that.
If a stereotype against Jews is that they were translucent drunkards, it looks like Irish propaganda. What are you talking about, dude?
Okay.
There's a picture of me at the party with
like when in Borat when they have like the monster kind of in the parade, like the Jew. Yeah. That's kind of what it was.
Man,
it's one photograph.
It's just sloppy. It's just poor form.
Your jaw is like over here, like your one eye's looking that way, one eye's looking this way. Like it's crazy, bro.
Both wonderful people in that photo.
Who look great.
Shezmani and Jaleel, who are beautiful people. Said what up to me at Mule Boys, and the best way is because Shezmani used to work with Jenna. The way that, and this is also very embarrassing, the way that she always says hi to me is, "Oh, hey, Jenna's husband."
Oh, that's how Hugo refers to you, but
yeah.
Oh, hey, Jimmy's partner.
So that's already a tough look. Noah and Gian, I guess, were taking disposable camera film shots of all of the Mule Boys and girls that were partying in their honor, and I had Noah Thomas flick us up because all three of us.
Did you try to fix it or you recreated it?
We recreated the order and how we're standing, kind of like the general pose.
Well, you're not like standing like lurch, like fucking
no. But it is funny because, and sorry, Avi, for not going to the Better Gift Shop hang. I wish I was there because I would have seen this fucking beautiful dump ski. But
I'm not saying it's beautiful. I'm just saying that it tilted the party.
As an ass man, to the point where maybe if I was like Chris Echeverria, I would throw that on a license plate, Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I would have, knowing what I know now, I would have gone with you. But my thing is like, I don't want to go up there. Anyway, so it's funny because before Mule Boys, I had a bunch of time to kill, ran an errand, but then also just posted up at Finelli to see my girl Sheena and have a couple fucking beer skis. So I wasn't like sober taking this picture, but there's no way, because it was my idea, obviously.
Right, yeah.
Because I'm the one who needs retribution. They look incredible. They don't listen to the show, but they had seen the picture because the clip is out there.
Right.
And they were like, they were kind of like, we need to email BFA and remove this picture. We need to talk to your social media manager and also get this picture removed, because I think it's a bad look for them to be seen with me,
the drunkest man in America.
the version of me that's in the photo.
Drunkest man at Christmas.
Yeah, the only man that could make these two beautiful people look bad was alive and well. And I want to say alive, and I wouldn't say well.
No,
but he was there.
You looked like
look at this weekend at Bernie's, bro. It looks like that.
you looked like the ghost of Christmas ass. Like
it was not, dude. Not good. 100%. Anyway, that was just. I'm happy that, and I cannot wait to see the new photo. At which point, maybe I will get a couple copies there and send it to Julio and Shezmani's way.
Can I just say, I had a really cool moment at Mule Boys because I was like keeping it low key. I was there for like 20 minutes. I went to like Chickies Next Door for like 5 minutes, and then
you were not feeling well. I was surprised that you even hustled out to these.
Yeah,
places.
but you know, it is market week. I wanted to like say what if people.
Your network is your net worth.
Exactly, but I had a very cool moment where I wore these pants designed by Greg Jackson, who's launching his own brand.
No, the famous Greg Jackson,
who's launching his own brand, Greg's Laboratory. I think that's what it's called. And he's like a super nice, super humble guy. He works kind of behind the scenes with like
New Balance.
New Balance.
He posts, bro. He stays posting his work.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
And he does like cool shit, but he's like launching on his own. And I was wearing his pants, and I really liked them. And he's like, "Yo," he legitimately was like, "Oh my," he was like touched.
Yeah.
And this guy, very nice, very humble, very quiet guy. He's like, "Yo, I cannot believe. Oh my god, oh dude, like."
Have you posted them on Instagram stories already?
I just like thanked him but I think it was maybe one of the first times he'd seen them out in the wild.
Damn, you went above and beyond, brother. Not just did you post them and then flip them at the next bazaar, but you're like, these are good, not wearing.
Yeah, I was wearing them, and he's like, "Yo, he's like, legitimately." He was touched. He's like, that is so cool.
That's
sweet, so cool. That
he's a great guy, dude. I love Greg. And you know what's funny? You called him quiet and humble. I would describe myself, I think, in both those ways as well, as a quiet and humble person.
Well, you're too humble and too quiet and too honest.
And that reminds me of, and I'm not going to put this person on blast, and I never would. Someone this past week who has been on the show before literally was like, "Yo, thank you guys for putting me on."
Mm.
And it's like that's why you do it, ladies and gentlemen. You know, you don't do it to be able to drop fucking a bag and a half plus on 2 shirts that make you look like the fucking Riddler,
bro.
No,
I can't do that.
You do it for the fucking. Yo,
got a custom suit.
Yo, a lot of people. I really could. You know, I think people think of Throwing Fits not as a podcast, but as
a community.
Community, yeah.
Yo, last night was a community event.
Yo, speaking of community, 2 New Yorkers, I think kind of newly minted New Yorkers, who I was happy to run into, Zoe Kravitz and Channing Tatum, were just having dinner at Lovely Day, and the Chickies party was downstairs and was spilling out onto the street. I mean, that block was lit up. All right. Again, I don't want to make shit about people's looks or their asses or this or that. Can I say that they weren't as good looking in person as I needed them to be? Was that crazy to say? I'm not even good looking myself.
Were they alluring? Did they have like a certain magnetic je ne sais quoi?
Here, let me set up the scene. You basically have a table of, let's call it fucking 10 people, friends having dinner. So I can't even imagine the other cast of characters that are like homies with Zoe and Channing. She was sitting on his lap. They were canoodling hard. What struck me as bizarre, besides them, this is obviously Magic Mike and Catwoman, right? 2 of the sexiest motherfuckers alive.
You didn't ask about his 21 Jump Street co-star Jonah Hill?
Fuck no, dude. I also didn't. But honestly, the first thing that actually I was like, I want to know, like, so you let her dress you, you let your girl dress you, because remember that was the whole thing. They only could start dating when she was like, she was like, you gotta fucking, if you want to date Catwoman, you gotta get fucking Batman needs the bat suit, right? Exactly.
I'm sure you go up with Lenny. You know?
But their incognito mode thing, which to me was like a little weird, is that he was in a Mets fitted,
okay,
and she was in her on. No, imagine that actually would have been sick, and I can tell you how big Channing Tatum's head is, which is probably gigantic. And I don't mean that in the way that
was he like himself. Was he?
Nah, he was kind of like because
they were small.
No, they were. Well, she was sitting on his lap. They're canoodling again, and then so he's in the Mets fitted. She's in a 47 brand Yankee hat.
Oh.
And I'm like,
was it like Subway Series weekend or something? Like, what's going on?
No, I don't think so. Anyway, that was the big takeaway, the big celeb sighting, which was like that. I mean, they're cool, but like I don't know what I was expecting, but it is what it is.
Let me tell you where the biggest celebs are gathering the next day, Friday.
Oh, here we go.
At the head of state Nike soccer tournament, 4-on-4. Throwing Fits they're kind enough to reach out. Feek and Where did I see him?
We had dinner. We had a dinner where he sat.
No, but I saw him this past week somewhere. What the fuck?
Well, it's market week, so
maybe CP. I don't know.
Fellow survivor.
Yeah, maybe at Bernie's. I don't know.
Well, the best thing, just real quick, is how we met Feek, who, by the way, like dressed Evan Mock for the Met Gala. Right. Shout out fucking Taylor O'Connor for setting that up. Like head of state, he's like doing all this Nike stuff. Like it's a brand that's definitely poised, and he's someone we should have on the show.
On the cusp, for sure.
Yeah.
And we were sitting next to him at a BOF dinner and just like had a great fucking time.
Well, his whole thing is not only was he like familiar with he was familiar with our game, he knew like what TF was.
Humble.
What blew his fucking dick off, which splew his dick off. That's a callback.
Right.
Was when he found out that you worked at Complex Style and then I worked at Four Pins, and he was like, because of his age, he's like, that's what I was reading in high school. He's like, you guys inspired me.
Sold.
And then we're like, damn, dude, like, you low-key bigger than us now. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Nike's not banging our line. Anyway.
Chill, bro.
So he's like, hey, does Strong Fits want to field a team? I'm like, yeah, I'll play. But then I couldn't play because I hurt my foot. Lawrence can't play because, I said, yo, Fab Five, who wants to play? Sham, do you want to do some jock shit? Chuck, do you want to kick? Robbie, obviously, he's in. He's a big fucking footsman.
He's a bloke.
You said I'm humbly going to bow out.
The company line is that because I had a live show later that night.
Yeah, you were like, I needed to throw 4 hours in the sun. We're going to be fucking cooked.
It was an indoor tournament. No, I felt like I needed to save my energy so that later that night when we did our fucking damn thing, the pay gig, I needed to leave it all out on the field then.
Right.
So I just went and had 5 beers.
Yeah.
And like 5 cigarettes.
Wow. You were also like, I think you were a little shook from like your last Throwing Fits personal performance, football performance.
Bro, again, the company line is one thing. The actual truth is like, okay, both of these things can be true. Bro, I have no cardio stamina whatsoever that like, not only would I be worthless and detract from us having any type of material immediate success in this knockout tournament, of which like we can tell you guys how we did. I was like, yo, I will die.
It's just like driving.
Yeah.
Don't do it or you and others around you will die.
Yeah. For me, doing any type of real physical activity is much like driving in that I will end up dead.
So we set about, it was like fucking montage movie time where it's like, we're assembling a ragtag crew of fucking misfits and hooligans.
God damn it, I'm in.
I hit up Frank the Mad Dog from Leisure Center. I'm like, you're British, you play footy. He's like, mate, I'm fucking in, yeah. He's like, I'm fucking out of shape, yeah, I mean, man. He doesn't talk like that. You hit up a homie who he's like, I'm gonna be at a bachelor party, but here's 2 other guys. They committed, one guy dropped out instantly. I just didn't show.
I tapped in with Bowery FC. These are some real players, right? You know, just my network of fellow athletes, fellow soccer players, soccer superstars, in fact. And they put us in touch with a guy that we kind of knew from Complex.
I recognized him because he did some videos for Complex where I was like, oh, these actually aren't terrible.
Shout out Aiden.
And I was like, oh, okay. He interviewed Mbappe. Let's get fucking Mbappe. Mm-hmm. But the real fucking trick up the sleeve was Robbie was like, hey, don't some of the Mildred guys play barbers at the best white barbershop in the city? I said, no, they don't. But Paul, my barber, his 2 fucking teenage sons are legitimately nasty and like on some of the best ranked like travel all-star teams in the Northeast region. I think he's banking his entire fucking future on hoping that the older one or one of them gets like a free ride to school. So I hit up Paul. Turns out he was having a boys' day, so he was very wasted.
He was absolutely, yeah. He definitely agreed. Not that he wouldn't have agreed to this if he wasn't hammered, but he was definitely hammered.
He's a super positive. I mean, I love Paul. Probably longest relationship in my life besides like you, non-family member. But like he's a very positive guy. But he responded back with he said sick with the most eyes I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. And I was like, yo, you in?
How many eyes, dude?
Like
it's like Philipp Plein by the numbers, dude.
And then
stats and Plein.
And then next day he's like, wait, what was this about? I'm like, oh shit, that's right, you were doing your boys' day. Anyway, his fucking 2 sons, Dylan and Jackson, pull up, and they legitimately are the Throwing Fits child soldiers.
Beast mode.
And like, I'm not gonna lie, when people were warming up, because I could only show up for a little bit because I had to deal with some internet bullshit, which ended up not ever happening. I was like, oh shit, like these, like the opponents are big, big boys.
There was a bunch of like, because the whole joke is that like every team whether it's Nike, Head of State, Throwing Fits, whoever else. I think Nike might have multiple teams. Everyone is just bringing in all the ringers. It's like XD1 guy or like, whatever. Dude, well, to give some context, Jackson plays for a club team where, like, because I was asking Paul about, like, yo, is the goal for him to make varsity as a freshman because he's currently not in high school yet. He's in 8th grade, I believe, right? Right? Is that true?
They're 13 and 14. So yeah, I think like maybe like 7th and 8th grade or 8th and 9th. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, and Paul's like, yeah, absolutely, that's the goal because he already like plays with those guys.
Right.
So it's like this dude is legit.
We're like, yo, fellas, 13 and 14-year-old. If we win the chip, we'll buy you beer.
I went to Paul.
We'll let you touch a boob.
Yeah, I went to Paul. I was like, yo, can I curse around your kids? He's like, yeah, dude, you can fucking curse around my kids. Already fucking curse around my kids on the coolest fucking down in the world.
Yeah.
Say that, but yeah. I did ask.
So I don't know how we did because there were mad delays. I had to bounce before we left. But yeah, how we do?
Well, it was crazy delayed, which is why I also couldn't stay and take some very fucking flattering social media of our child soldier army. We played one of the Nike teams in the first round.
Okay.
And apparently we fucking dusted those clowns 5-3.
Well, I saw someone get reposted by Head of State being like, yo, I just got my ass handed to me by this 12-year-old.
By the Throwing Fits child. The Throwing Fits threw a child soldier army at us, bro. Headshots only. Anyway, so it's
Cody 2023.
Four aside. Yeah, honestly, straight up. Well, we told them that if they didn't score, we were going to cut their feet off.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4 aside, small goals. As many subs as you wanted. We were rocking with a 1 sub situation.
Okay, what were the other teams? They had like 10 players.
I think they definitely had more than we brought through, but these kids have unlimited energy. Also, I was like, yo, let's get these. They were getting hopped up on fucking Welch's fruit snacks. Yeah. I was like, let's get these dudes fucking jacked up, bro.
It really is like a child army.
Fruit snacks are like beers for children.
Right, but instead of like coca leads, you get them fucking sugar.
Yeah, I mean, imagine we had coca leads, we might have made it out of the second round. But as far as I can tell, then we lost and it was over.
Okay. Well, all right.
But the fact that we beat a Nike squad with 2 fucking children.
Nike, how my ass taste.
Yo, it's 3-stripe life until it's swoosh life. Shout out fucking, and you didn't even see fucking Ayo was there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That is his name.
Okay.
All right, on to the last event of Market Week, which we somehow survived, was Throwing Fits live at CP Company, GP, with the president of CP Company. I don't think people it's pretty crazy that we had on and did the podcast that we did, and we're going to push it live eventually.
Yeah.
With the president of CP Company, which is arguably a very powerful man in like contemporary sportswear.
Lorenzo the Magnificent Osti, son of Massimo Osti. He is currently, well, here's the thing, bro. When we met him, because we've hung out with him a few times, I feel like when we met him, whenever it was 2 years ago, he had just been brought back into the fold.
Yeah, I think he was like, okay, like he admitted he's like CP Company kind of lost its way. We were kind of like floundering a little bit. But by all accounts and purposes and by all metrics and like just how we like what we've seen, it is like fucking rising like a phoenix. And I think he was brought in, not only did he have the name or his pedigree, but I think also they're just like, all right, let's fucking turn this shit around.
Well, he lives it, bro. It's like,
he gave the whole story kind of like how they sold it and like it is a Chinese owner now, like a larger parent group.
Yeah.
He gives the whole story of the podcast. But okay. What do you want to talk about with this live pod? Because like you and I don't really do live pods, even though we're asked all the fucking time to do these live pods. And like it's very rare that we do one. GP being fucking family.
Yeah, you know.
By the way, my head hurts because I was smashing my candle over my head all weekend.
That was the bit that you're rocking with when you're the oldest person at this fucking.
Yeah, for sure.
So is that you trying to be like? Cool Uncle Jimmy crushing cans on your head like a fucking bozo?
Nah, I killed
like
it.
A damn monkey?
I killed it.
You crushed it, everyone loved me.
I made ice cream sandwiches.
Oh, how was your pot? That's what I want to ask you. How are you on the table?
Yo, so I'm normally not great. I'd give myself like.
How is that the only thing you're not like athletic with?
I'm normally not great at beer pong. Because also like, I don't take it super competitive. I am just happy to be there.
But you're nice. We've talked about you're nice at bags.
I want the games to last as long as possible. I don't want it to be over. I'm not there to like fucking knock you out, whatever. Like
what?
It's just not whoever.
For you, it's a community activation.
Well, it's like pickleball. Like I'm just there to like hit, and then when they do some shit,
yeah,
like,
but don't play beer pong to rally. Okay, all right. Sorry.
Here's the thing. I was on fucking fire.
Like JJ Redd.
Literally hit 6 cups in a row.
Woo! Really?
Yeah, 6 times in a row. Also, with this younger generation,
Here we go.
people in their 20s, there are all these rules that I'd never fucking heard of before.
Well, like calling elbow or what?
No, not calling up, but like there was one. Yo, let me just show you a photo real quick. And like,
Wait, you have a list of rules?
no. I should have done that, but like, I took one photo. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what?
Nope. No, absolutely not. That's not a thing.
This is like when you go to OT.
No.
It's like when you go to OT.
Nope.
It's called Bronco.
Nope.
It's called the Bronski.
We're not doing.
Where you have to hit the top.
the
cup
solo
first.
Bronski?
You have to hit the top. You have to hit the top cup first. So if you hit the lower ones, like
This is
you
bullshit.
have to hit the top one first to remove it, dude. And they were all. Just, I mean, these kids have been friends since they were kids. They like knew each other. They like knew everything. They were like barely talking.
These kids who were not alive when you were born.
Yes. You know what I did bust out though? They're like, oh, sniper. You know what happened?
What? Oh, the crowd favorite, dude.
Yeah.
Literally the reason that Cool World closed because you threatened so many people, so many complaints were filed that they had to shut down the restaurant.
We were up literally like 8, like we had 8 cups left and they had like 2 cups left. And we were getting real cocky. Me and my teammate, we were like Steph Curry from the logo, like from like 50 feet back. We were going like jump up 180 and over the shoulder.
You're treated like a damn dunk contest?
we ended up losing that game.
I can't imagine why.
Because they were just like, yo, fuck you, and just like hit like 7 in a row.
I'm not here to like do the whole like, yo, be respectful, it's Beirut. It's fucking beer pong, but overtime is just 3 cups, dude. We're not doing fucking solo Bronskis.
I was happy to be there. I was mad.
I was happy to be invited.
It was mad funny, just like learn all the new rules.
No, it's
where
no.
It was fun. It was fun.
Old
And
man yells at pong now.
Yeah,
like, come on.
Yo, fucking elbows, dude. Fucking elbows.
No.
Balls back, buddy. Balls back.
Listen, as a habitual line stepper, I'm a big leaner. You know, I love a little lean ski. So I'm not here to call elbows, but like, it's pretty simple. The rules are if you both make them, bring back. I don't do the thing where if it's rimming, you.
Oh, bitches blow?
No, you can't. No. Well, bitches blow. I guess bitches can blow. I guess you're.
Oh. Okay. I was like, if you're blowing, you're a bitch. Whatever.
No, maybe it is just girls who can do it.
I'm not gonna. It was 1v3. I'm not gonna be like, oh, actually, in my fucking day, I knew the guy that invented beer.
We played pong uphill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Fun game. Let's have a tourney, dude, at the next barbecue.
No, but I do gotta talk to you about something. Okay. The live show. Back to that. The craziest moment happened beforehand, where we were kind of thrown into this, where it was part of a larger activation, right? We were just one part on the Friday night programming, and I think we were a little in the dark about like, hey, like what happens before, what happens after. We're just milling about. Like we are the entertainment and the draw, but we're all just like chilling there.
We're the activation. Our community is the community activation.
This guy comes up. I think his name's Tom. Shout out Tom. And he's like, yo, can you sign my program?
Oh, his name is Tom.
Yeah. And we were like, what?
Well, to be clear, he asked Lorenzo first.
He asked for photos. Also, he's wearing a fucking Stone Island jacket, which
Chloroform.
bad.
Use your brain, Tom. Also, use your brain. Don't ask us to sign a program. We're not famous.
I know. That was strange. But whatever. It was fine.
No, it's not. I mean,
Tom must be a urologist because like...
Yeah. Everyone was... and then his boy, I think, felt pressure then to be like, oh, yeah, can you also sign it? And then I'm like, oh, this is just gross. But yeah, we fucking put the work in. Everyone's getting custom messages. Of all of the fucking clout chasery that I find myself a part of because I am a shameless super villain, probably the best way that I should probably talk about it moving forward. Signing is I hate that. I did it for fucking men's where it's like if I sign the book, it's harder for now you to sell the book later.
Yeah. I mean, I
the
guess
value goes down.
It seems like such an antiquated, speaking of fucking antiquated, tradition or rule. It's like, it just seems very, I don't know what you do. I don't know, whatever. I'm happy to sign it.
Tits, different story.
Yeah, you're like, oh, normally we sign tits. I'm like, good joke, buddy.
Was it better than you during the live show asking New York to give themselves a round of applause multiple times?
That was a good bit.
It was a good bit, actually.
How do you think we did as a live show? Because we don't do this often, right? And we're a little nervous. We were a little rusty. We're just not that into it.
I don't know about that. I'll say this. We would never, as men of the people, right? We're never going to make you guys buy tickets. We're going to make a brand foot the bill and then everyone can come for free. That's the way that I think about live shows, personally speaking. I thought it was good. The biggest thing for me is the language barrier with Lorenzo. We did a video for him, which was like more physical comedy. It was part of the Chippy Company Cinquanta, where we hit the archive, his father's archive in Bologna. And that was like, that's an easier thing to do than sitting down and having a conversation
Where
where
we're yelling at you.
when we're yelling at you and like some of the jokes, many of the jokes are the questions and
He's
the follow-ups and
what is
riffing.
dead ass B?
Yeah, and then him not, and then he doesn't know that it's maybe a joke, and then he's asking you to repeat it, so then you're repeating it.
I
Language
think
barrier would be my one toughest, hurdle.
I think that we exceeded our own like low expectations that we set for ourselves. I think we actually did better. And I'm serious. It's tough when you're performing for a crowd. Like you just think the crowd is like silent, but then like seeing the videos after and hearing the reports that people, it's like, oh no, people are laughing.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah.
What I will say is that after listening to the legendary live performances playlist on Spotify before I got to the erotica portion of my drive, I think that like we could learn a thing or two from the greats. That's all.
Such as like, for example,
like really get it, like making sure that the crowd like knows that like they're like we're all in this together. Like the energy's infectious, right? If I like yell and like if we like yell and hype up the crowd, not a fucking like no everybody from 313, put your hands up 212.
Who was that?
Eminem 8 Mile.
Oh really?
Fucking idiot.
Sorry, I don't listen to real hip hop.
Yeah, it's Khalifa. No, but it's like, yes, I think that just like it's like training through like repetition. Right? Get your reps in. And we hadn't done a live thing since Stone Island in Chicago,
which was great in its own way. I like
which you finally got paid for.
Yo, honestly, now that the badge 11 months later has cut the fucking check, not for their own fault, mainly because of the goddamn motherfucking Italian and U.S. governments. That's who I would blame. I don't blame the badge. I don't blame the Rivettis. I don't even blame Montclair.
No.
But now that they have paid us and the check cleared, and it did take 11 months. I now would get the badge in if I had to.
That was
up until that check clearing. Sorry, I'm lens exclusively.
That was an 11 month process of getting that bag, and
I told you that you deserve.
Well, no. I think it was because we hadn't had our emotional talk yet, and you thought that I was really mad at you, and I was like, oh, money hit, and you're like, yo, honestly, you should get like 60%, maybe even more if I'm being honest. I'm like, no, like it's 50-50. What the fuck? Like, we'll talk at 3.
You did all the work up until like the goal line, and it would be like if you ran the ball 99 yards and a half, and that final half because you're out of town, I like hell, whatever. But that was basically it.
Wait, what did you do?
Maybe I'm thinking of another thing.
You're thinking of another thing.
I didn't do anything. All I did was hit the stage and do past the fucking set list like always.
It's like 1st and goal on the half-yard line, and you're the wide receiver out here that just like draws like a quarterback out here. Like that's
I'm a fucking decoy, dude.
And then in high school, you're just like,
yeah. Some people might say that's a dummy. I say he's a team member, and there's no I in team.
That's Drake brings Saquon out.
What's up?
Drake brings Saquon out.
Well, he's fucking holding out. Honestly, that might. I mean, maybe if Drake brings him out, maybe
and he signs. Maybe he signs on the floor of the Garden.
I was gonna say maybe the entire NFL will rethink the future of the position, which is apparently pointless and worthless if you watch the modern game. No, what I will say is this: we now know moving forward that again, whether brand is paying or we absolutely need to do a cash grab and make you guys pay for tickets, which will be a good time. I'd like to think that it'll be more like what we did at the Bell House. In honor of reproductive rights, I might add, when you and I did a full-on variety show, we had the crowd work fucking going. But I will say this:
if you got an abortion between now and like 2 years ago, thanks to us,
you're welcome.
Yeah,
you're 1,000% welcome because we paid for it. We got the coat hangers and the vacuums, motherfuckers. We
send you those pills.
We're basically Dyson in the abortion game, I would say. A name brand. Now, this is my thing. I need a green room. Meaning Throwing Fist, needs complete control over the pre-show playlist. Yes. That is not just playing in the green room, but is being pumped over the speakers for everyone. And we need roughly, this is not set in stone, 1,000 beers.
Michelob Ultra is warm.
Yeah, all warm ultras, dude.
Yeah, just take out the window of the CVS.
All mannequins.
All right, this has been another episode of the only podcast that matters.
And to that one dude, I hope you enjoyed our fucking social calendar, dude.
Yeah.
Suck my.
Did he de-pledge?
No, it was just no. Honestly, I love this guy. Shout out Veal Chop. Some Veal Chop. He's always hating. I I think he was hating on the Scar slice because he's like a Staten Island guy, and he's like, "Yo, this is fucking hip. This is probably what it sounds like. This is fucking hipster pizza." I fucking love this guy. $3.50 for a slice. I hope he made it all the way here to get his fucking fries. No, I love when he fucking talks shit. It's great.
All right, chef, take us out.